Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is I, Ptah Shakur, here amongst you wonderful, beautiful souls once again for this wonderful, powerful Manifestation Monday. This is the Ptah Shakur program. Just as a little reminder, this is actually going out streaming live on the White Rose Community Television. Ooh, so happy to see you all. Had to take a little hiatus last week, but I'm back in full effect. So I'm going to get everybody get a chance to get your popcorn ready. Get a pen and pad. We've got some topics that we're going to be going into, such as what's going on there at the bottom of the screen there is Christ present. Very, very important question. So go ahead and press your record. These particular programs serve as a marker in time. So make sure you can record these, or like I said, go ahead and jot this information down. This information is a sign of the time, particularly. I've been waiting for this particular program like this to come about. However, it hasn't taken place, so I'm going to do it myself. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going on my, this is going out on Facebook, so I'm going to share this to certain pages, to individuals on the page. Let me do a little quick sound check. On Facebook, so I'm going to share this. Beautiful, coming across pages, loud and clear. To individuals on the page. Let me do pause that. And so, like I said, it's only going to take about 60 seconds or so. Make sure, once I share this information, share it with your loved ones. We're going through quite a bit of things at this particular time. This is February 26, 2023. And as you can see, I'm kind of changing the set design around. I told you all that in the very, very beginning when I started everything, that we're going to, this is a work in progress. Please excuse me, I'm kind of rolling solo here, and we're going to share this. A couple of my super friends out there. Shout out to Peace Elohim. Shout out to Sharif Hamed. Make sure you pay attention on Wednesday for the Hour of Power program that's coming on this very channel here. We have Dave Overton is going to be sharing quite a bit of information with us. So share that to Peace. Shout out to Roger Meyer, Willie Weaver. Got some hoodies and some shirts I'm going to be presenting out to everybody in a very short, probably later on, about 2 weeks or so. So we get, oh, shout out to No Caller ID. Brother Amir, he's going to be here. He's setting up a whole different set. So stay tuned on Wednesday. We got a whole different kind of look coming to you all. I got 2 more places to send this on out. Then we're going to get started with today's topic. We're going to go into our affirmation, breathing meditation as well. I got a lot of individuals that are looking to go further into that. How it's important to get that peace of mind, because believe it or not, there's some individuals that's out here. They shall remain nameless for this time. However, we got individuals that are doing their very best to keep peace as far away as humanly possible from you all. However, have no fear. Ptah Shakur is here to save the day, here to share this valuable information, to enliven, inspire, educate, motivate, get everybody to go see myself as a bridge, kind of connecting this new world that's coming in. But we're going to get to all that in a little bit. We're going to get to the conversations a little bit. Got a little sound check good over here. This camera here, like I said, is coming out to White Rose Community Television. That's also going out on Facebook. Then later on, it will be presented on YouTube. This particular camera right here is shooting live to YouTube. If you want to hop on YouTube, Ptah Shakur, go ahead and type that in there on YouTube, and you can see all the plethora, I think I said that correctly, of videos that I've already shared. However, kind of going to jump in. Oh, and this is a live call-in show, so at any point in time, you would need any type of information, elaboration, or you just want to have a discussion and add on to what it is that I'm sharing. I'm not saying that by all means I know everything. However, I've been blessed to know some information that I find to be very, very helpful in this great and dreadful day that we're living in. It's great if you understand what's going on, and it's dreadful if you do not. But going into it, warning, here's my disclaimer. Warning, the information you hear may excite you, it may depress you, it may trigger you. I'm sharing everything that I'm sharing with things that are backed up by scientific fact, scientific peer-based reviews, a lot of technologies and things that are coming out that have not made their way into the haven't made their way into the textbooks, surprisingly. And they haven't even made it to the headline of the newspaper, which is also something to kind of scratch your head at. But we'll get into that. But I just want to make sure I share that warning. Also a warning, I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. I'm a happily married man. Man about the community. Man that is looking to enliven and inspire everywhere I go. So kind of got to get that out the way. Get those crosshairs up off me. Because this information that's coming down the pike is very, very timely. I am a whistleblower, I am an insider, I am a spiritual individual, but I get into all that with my intro. So, I know my place in truth, I know what I am in truth, I know how I serve in truth. I am free, I am free, I am free. I'm in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. The information you hear may sound kind of egotistical, but I got to make sure that I give everybody a reason why these words that are coming out of this mouth is very, very important to kind of put in your back of your ear. If it's not for you, we said had a saying back in the day, it's called accept it or leave it alone. Go ahead and change the channel right now. Go ahead and click. Go ahead and go to another particular article because this is not for you. I am the omnipresent, all-powerful, protecting intelligence that governs this here mind-body complex. I am the illumination, creating heaven on earth. I am invincible. I am the presence of divine harmony. I am always connected to the frequency in the heart of God, and I now bring forth solutions to change myself and to change the world. I am a majestical power of pure love that transcends every human concept. I am limitless. I am the open door which no man can shut. In short, I'm your brother. Even in shorter, I'm you. I'm a catalyst for change. I'm a rebel, y'all. I'm a role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, Reiki practitioner, entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I'm a rebel here to uninstall cowardice. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are orchestrated by the elites, and their end game is closer than you think. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for all those who are looking to understand the cosmic changes that's going on. Yes, it's going on inside your very body as well. It's going on in every single inch of this particular planet, every particular animate and inanimate being. Not only this planet, but check the other planets what's going on in the solar system as well. You will see what's going on in this planet is not just reserved for this particular planet. I'm a dangerous man to those elitists that I mentioned before, and for anybody who continually wants to stay in your own mental enslavement. This is not the coffee for you. This is not your taste. Go ahead and change the channel. For all those who identify as feminine, we're asking you, we need your vision, we need your energy to help correct the ills that have been facing humanity, and as due to the imbalance and the overly masculine mentality has got us into this particular situation that we're living in right now. For all those identified as masculine, I'm asking everybody to join me with this particular mindset. YouTube, I'm asking you to join this mindset that we would rather die like a man rather than live like a coward. And I'm asking everybody to do what you can to help the human family at this particular time. For those, from all my, we have reached 100, y'all. Yeah, do a little dance. When we get to 200, we're going to have a little party. 100 YouTube subscribers, turn up, throw it up in the air. So, all my 100 YouTube subscribers, soon to be 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Shout out to Quinn. I told you I was going to shout you out. You're my 100th subscriber. So Quinn, the young individual I met there at the Youth Build Charter School, I apologize, I don't remember your last name. Go ahead, if you see this on YouTube, go ahead and put a comment, put your same name, give you your flowers. Appreciate you, bro. So, just remember, all my YouTube subscribers, I love you all. You are powerful, eternal beings. Remember that forever being a fraction of eternity, and that you are beautiful, powerful, love-like children of the most divine programmer. You can call him God, you can call him Allah. I don't know if you want to call it him. Think about that. Closest thing that you're going to find God is a woman. Ooh, go ahead and threw that one out there. That one was for free. To all my hooded youth, I love you, we love you. We understand that our generation has let you down, the generation before us has let us down. However, the buck stopped here. We believe the youth that are walking this face of the planet Earth right now are some of the most powerful individuals that ever existed, that chose to reincarnate back to this prime time, being on the big stage of the planet Earth, aka Agartha. So for my youth, we're going to do our very best to make sure we unlock your greatness. We're coming for you. To all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, listen up to this. We are the new founding fathers of this entire creation that's coming in. You never forget that. So all my people that are into crystals and into tarot cards and all those type of things that we were taught when we was indoctrinated to fear that there was something mischievous or something evil or something maleficent about it. All those types of foolishness and indoctrinations are fading away faster than you think. This is the great time of evolution right now. We are living in the great awakening. This is the time that the Mayans spoke about, what they alluded to with 2012. We're going to get into that in a little bit. This was written about in all the scriptures and the scrolls about the return of the Mahdi, the return of the Christ consciousness. Hey, is Christ here? I don't know. Pay attention. I'm acting like I don't know. Of course I know. So make sure you pay attention to what's going on in Revelations. You see, Revelations is jumping off the pages right now. So I'm excited to be here with everybody for the most powerful of all hours. This is the Ptah Shakur Speak Program. So boom, disclaimer out the way, affirmation out the way, intro out the way. Now, what's the purpose of this show? This show is to present information that you will not find in any other particular source that I could find. And the idea of it is, like I said, to enliven, to educate, to inspire, to teach individuals about this cosmic change that is undeniable, is unavoidable, is coming. So either A, like I had on the new heaven or new earth. That's the topic for today. I just posed that question up there, but the topic is new earth, or new world order. Which one would you choose? It's up to you. It ain't for everybody. I understand. You probably already changed the channel if this wasn't for you. But like I said, this purpose of this show, if you are interested in bettering yourself, if you are interested in moving in and enlivening and raising with this wonderful consciousness that is here presently, then this is the show for you. Well, we had shows in the past what we've done about meditation, how to clear energy from your home, crystal jewelry, sea moss, things of that nature. Also, we're going to share a little bit today. This hour-long program, so I'm going to try to get everything out of the way. You can call in if you want to. I'll drop everything, I promise. And we'll get into whatever is interesting to you all that's listening out here. To get the best of this particular interaction, feel free to communicate. That's the way I can make sure that I'm hydrating all the cells in the body with a proper amount of nourishment of what is affecting you all. So please call in. I'll try to be mindful of the YouTube, the Facebook and the YouTube comments, but calling in is the best way. So, moving on, grooving on. So the topic, like I said today, is concerning the new world order or the new earth. But we're going to get to that in a moment. But I got some real hot takes fresh off the platter, y'all. I need y'all to listen very closely. If you remember, 2 points. January 2023, we're in 2024 now. I actually prognosticated and shared quite a bit of things that were going to be taking place in 2023, and quite a few of those have already happened. A little brief recap. I shared keep your eyes on the skies, and at that time we were dealing with Chinese air balloons or whatever. There's been UAPs and those things that individuals that previously no one ever really wanted to speak about. However, now we have whistleblowers from the government coming out and sharing those things. Why is that important? Well, that kind of brings an idea as far as what is known by our authorities, shall I say, that are being kept from us. Some real interesting information as far as how to access zero-point energy, as well anti-gravitic machinery that they have, and the most important of all those things, you say, I don't care about any of those things, is how important you are. I don't want to mean to point, I'll point like this. Don't want to send any unnecessary energy out to anybody there. But what I want to remind you all, that you are interdimensional beings. When you lay your body down at night, the greater part of you, yes, the greater part of you, actually travels on, and you get a chance to move around and see what's really going on in the reality that you actually live in multiple different dimensions at the same time. You are powerful. You're also so powerful that you actually exhibit a light that scientists now can find out. With sensitive equipment, they can put a person in a dark room and they can actually measure light that emits from you. So you are a light being. Believe it or not, you are not a physical being that has spiritual experiences every now and again. You are a powerful spiritual being that is now experiencing for at least 16 hours a day or so. You're experiencing a physical human. You pop into this meat suit like a little puppet, and you get to experience things on this particular realm. But trust and believe there's more to life than what you're experiencing in this realm. And if you want to change that, you want to change your experience. If you're having a hellish experience right now, like I said, this is a great and dreadful day. 9 times out of 10, the reason why it's hellish is because there's a lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge as far as who you are and how we are actually can pull our dreams, our aspirations, our desires. They cannot be denied, folks. I'm not a snake oil salesman right here. You'll see a whole bunch of YouTube videos sharing things about the secret and the laws of attraction. It's real, folks. As anyone who is successful, they have a saying also that millionaires don't believe in astrology, but billionaires do. Meaning that there's a level of knowledge that exists where most of the common individuals are completely ignorant of it. Whereas the 1% of the population, these elitists, like I said, these 1% that own 99% of the wealth, they know about some of the things that I'll be going into. So this is an opportunity. Like I said, I'm a dangerous man. Ooh, they don't like me sharing all this stuff. But one thing, I'm not fearful. I'm not fearful of them. They're fearful of me. Because this is the time for the great rise. This is the time for that knowledge to be expressed. And you all can kind of feel it. Y'all see things crumbling out there. Y'all see the political system out there crumbling. Y'all see it. Y'all see the financial system. Y'all see it. It's pretty evident. These individuals are actually booby trapping it as we speak. But why are they booby trapping it? We're going to get into that all a little bit. If you want to know some more information, go ahead to Ptah Shakur Speaks. Go ahead and see the plethora of videos that I have that drop some serious jewels and knowledge. But I'm going to stay on topic here. But I got something real good for you all. Now, I did say, I alluded to the January 2023 and how I made prognostications about the earth changing. The earth is coming alive, folks. The center core of the earth is slowing in this rotation. It's throwing off the electromagnetic north and south poles. You're going to see plenty of strange weather. We had hurricanes come up to California. Ice storms last year, or right around the Texas area. Oh, there's going to be some more of that. The earth is coming alive, and it's much like being on a sleepy dog. As the dog gets up and it starts to stretch and everything, of course, there's going to be some subduction of areas, and there's going to be some, whatever the opposite of subduction is. But water, area land masses will be raising and falling. And let me just mention this to you, if you don't believe that part. Google was taking place in Kenya right now. I'll wait. I'm just joking. I'm not going to wait. So, if you Google what's going on there in Kenya, what you're finding out is that the continent is splitting. Who would have thought? Or, shall I say, why isn't it expressed in the news that with deep LiDAR scanning, they're finding out that there is actually a continent underneath the continent of Africa. Oh, yes. I begrudgingly said that word Africa, but we really mean to say Alcuban. Yes. With the original tongue of what that actually landmass is called. Not named about the Italian explorer, Africanus. No. We're going to take things back to the origins. When you're dealing with Ptah Shakur, you're going to start from the ground level, and we're going to work this way up. Like I said, this is a new reality that we're living in right now. So, if you don't believe me as far as the subduction and the moving of land, just keep breathing. It's going to be more about volcanoes and earthquakes. But fret not. This is natural. The earth is awakening. So there may be individuals that's out there peddling fear. I'm not one of them, because believe it or not, fear actually breaks you down spiritually and physically and makes you more easily controllable by those elitists. And they think they got you. They think they got you sold up so bad. But Ptah Shakur here to just rain on that parade, so to speak. So here's my warning. I might need to get like a little siren or something, or change my little background. There is around holidays, I think around November and December, I shared as far as the VR, the Apple VR. They have these technology now where you can put them over your head and you can play all these wonderful games. You can meet up with your friends, watch movies. You can go play video games. You can do some amazing things. Really, really fun stuff. I tried it one time. Had a little boxing match with this imaginary character. Almost gave myself a heart attack. For real. Your body doesn't know that that's not real. But believe it or not, now this, I got to get serious with this now. The Apple Pro from the VR avoided like the plague. Believe it or not, there is the enemies of truth. The bad actors right now are doing their very best to calculate, analyze your attention, your focus. Believe it or not, there's so much money to be made in just your data, your information, your pictures, your posts, your thoughts, your energy, what you're interested in. When you're looking at that phone, understand that that phone is looking back at you. Eric Snowden said this. He said it. He already whistleblowed that one on out. We fell for that with that whole September 11th thing. Another little... I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. But I got to let you all the people know the truth. Problem, reaction, solution. When certain things take place and it's a little bit suspicious, wait for a minute and say, oh, the solution will be presented to you in a nice bowl, in a nice box. And those solutions to the problem that was produced suspiciously would always come at a cost to your personal freedoms in the form of, back in September 11th, now they have the ability, this terrorist might attack. So we have to know how to go through everybody's cell phones and go through your videos and your pictures and make those accessible to the law enforcement agencies and FBI and things, which makes a whole lot of sense, really, honestly. I don't want nobody doing terrorist attacks around here. I'm all about light and love. But what are we giving up? What have you already given up? And not only are we giving those private data and our information up with those consent or those different things that we click on our phone, we have no idea. They're gathering all that particular information. So when you put on this VR glasses, they're studying everything about you, your attention. And I'm telling y'all, this is a warning. Like I said, a new world order or the new earth. We're going to get into that in a little bit. That's really close to the line. So before I get into that, certain topics that I want to kind of share, this is right off the package, going to come real fast and furious. I need everybody at home to Google something. It's called the Harmonic Convergence. He's spitting on my hands, rubbing them together, means it's about to get real. So, Harmonic Convergence took place in August of 1987. I was a young man, didn't have no any idea about it. Shout out to anybody, if you was a part of it or if you're aware of it, go ahead and call in, go ahead and leave a comment on it. I just really found out about this particular idea fairly recently. This was a time, this one day from New York, and they was in our Central Park. Individuals was in Egypt. I don't know. I really am trying to get in contact with the person who actually started it and personally thank him, because we're living in this beautiful, wonderful age because they did what they did. Now, I'm going to listen up very closely, folks. That harmonic conversion that took place in 1987 was an expression of love and light. Individuals got together with interpretive dances, meditation worldwide. Some people came as groups, some people stayed in alone by themselves, and they just imagine peace and love being transferred around the world. Because of that seemingly irrelevant acts, we did 87, there was a lot of corruption going on back in those days as well. However, that particular action, what it did was unlock a frequency which was really, really needed to bring this particular day about. So shout out to everybody that was part of that harmonic conversion to allow this Christ consciousness, which is taking place right now. Shout out for all those individuals to make that happen. Moving on and grooving on. Did you know that the sun's magnetic poles are about to flip? I can't hear you. Oh, you have? Yes, well, you may also know that it happens every 11 years. So to me, by my little math, that happened at least maybe like 4 times in my life, 3 or 4 or so. I ain't gonna tell my age out here. However, what makes this particular time coming up is supposed to take place somewhere around June, September of 2024. But what makes this particularly interesting is little magnetic flip. And when it flips, it's actually it's spontaneous. Solar storms erupt. It's a very, very cataclysmic type of time. What makes this year extra special is that we have a solar eclipse that is coming up really, really soon. So pay attention to the heavens, y'all. Pay attention to what's going on. We're not done yet. You're going to see more UAPs. The earth is in a state of transgression. More whistleblowers are going to be coming out. Oh, a lot of different stuff. So moving into the last particular point, then I'm going to move into my mindful meditation and go into the topic of what we're here to discuss is there are an increasingly amount of youth, young people, under the age of 9 who are remembering their past lives. I was on YouTube maybe a couple years ago. There was a young Caucasian boy. I think he was living somewhere in Wisconsin or somewhere. And this boy was maybe like 5 or 6 years old, and he was sharing that he lived in a life before. And he was giving key details about this particular life. He was sharing about he used to live in an apartment complex. Everybody around him was brown skinned. And he has an affinity for Stevie Wonder music. This boy just loves Stevie Wonder. This boy is he's like 9 years old right now. It's 2023. So his parents, instead of just looking at this child, and please, if you got a child at home that is sharing with you that they see certain things in the home, or if they're experiencing different type of phenomenon, and you may be experiencing phenomenon like noticing repeating numbers, ringing in your ears, noticing things on the side of your head, experiencing deja vu, those things of nature, being very, very, precognitive, knowing what's going to take place. Man, I knew that. I should have played that number. I knew that number was going to come out. Those are the sign of the time, but particularly going back to the youth. So this particular young man, his parents supported him. They didn't just start yelling at him or beat him like, you don't know what to talk about, boy. They supported him, and so what they did was they looked up through certain articles, and they found out, to get to the ending of this so I can move on and groove on, that in Chicago, I think back in the 60s or so, there was an apartment complex where individuals, quite a few individuals lost their lives. So the parents actually retrieved certain pictures of individuals that passed in that fire, and they intertwinched them with individuals, random pictures and everything. Had a good old youth police lineup for their child. And sure enough, the child looked at a few pictures and immediately first picked a particular woman. It's a black woman. And she actually passed in that particular fire. And he said, that's me, mommy. So then he got in contact with the family. And this little boy knew so much information that he should not have known, for one, his age. And because of the separation of demographics, there's no way that they would have known that. So there's more and more that's coming out, like I shared in my little soliloquy in the beginning, that the youth right now, they're here, they're not playing around. These individuals are able to see the veil. The veil is thinning quite a bit. Hence, you'll be seeing quite a bit. And if you're attuned to it, if you're an individual like, yeah, Ptah Shakur, yeah, okay, yeah, the dude is just, that guy is he's just saying a bunch of foolishness and blasphemy. Then go ahead and just, like I said, you've already made your decision of which way you're going to go. But if anyone has an open mind, please Google it or DuckDuckGo it. This program is not funded by DuckDuckGo or not sponsored by DuckDuckGo. But if you're listening out there, DuckDuckGo, I would appreciate something. So, understand, like I said, this is the most beautiful time to be alive. Got a lot of different things coming up. It's a great and dreadful day. If you want to evolve and actually move forward into this, that's fine. And then let me share this real quick. This is really, really important. To all my light seekers, to all my star seeds, to all my wanderers, to all my angelic souls that are listening out there. In order for us to be effective in healing our fellow brothers and sisters, or like I said, the individuals around you that is masquerading in physical flesh as your fellow human beings, is really just your reflection. So in order for us to be effective in this day and time, we have to understand a couple things. Is for one, in order to be effective as a healer, we had to be broken. So a lot of us out there, you may have experiencing a lot of being bullied, energetically bullied, attachments, being, different situations that are being less than pleasing. However, fear not, fret not, that those particular obstacles are placed in your way, because you have the ability to overcome every single obstacle that is faced in your way. There is no weapon form that can stop you. And so while you progressing through these particular challenging times, what I tell people is that a lot of young people, when they experience a little bit of pain, they back off. No. When you experience that pain, there's something on the other side of that pain, which is your glory. So if you persist through these obstacles and be yourself, the opposite of success is conformity, not failure. Failure is actually part of success. And this is very, very important to all my youth out there, which I'm about to get into my youth statement in a little bit, is to make sure that we are being very, very cognitive of the seeds of victory that are hidden in every single seemingly failure or defeat that exists. So, matter of fact, let me just get right to that. This is for my youth. If anybody knows me, they know that I'm a youth advocate, and I'm also an advocate for the feminine energy returning, so we can finally have balance. It's ridiculous as far as what we experience, as far as, like I said, the feminine energy being dissuaded. But for the youth, we must teach the youth how to budget and use time, and above all, teach them that time is the greatest asset available, and it's also the cheapest. We must teach the youth the basic motives in which all people are influenced, and show them how to use these motives in acquiring the necessities of luxury of life. That's the laws and principles of creation. If you want to go to YouTube, I have a whole series where I break each and single last law and principle of creation down. We must teach our children what to eat, how to eat, and what is the relationship between sound eating and sound health. You all already know this. It's already been placed in our face. You eat too much, keep feeding them Popeye chicken. Y'all had to see they clone Tyrone. Come on now. Hollywood is part of this too. You understand? They dropping keys in certain movies so they can say, well, at least we tried to tell you, to try to keep some of this revolt in this, what's the word? Reckoning that is soon on the way. They're trying to minimize the reckoning by saying, we kind of told you about it. So we're going to teach them the proper amount of food to eat and what to eat. And I know it's hard out there, folks. They made it hard. They got everybody working, moving around, making the lowest amount of money. Meanwhile, they got 1%, the leaders have 99% of the wealth, and wondering why is it that you can't afford to buy healthy food. Got to get creative. Reach out, Ptah Shakur. I got some recipes for you, some real tasty ones too. We must teach our children to be definite in all things, beginning with the choice of a definite major purpose of life. All my youth out there, if you're between the age of 17 and 25, you need to be failing every day. You need to come home with a scar. You need to come home with a failure every single day. Fail early, fail often. No one is looking at a 17 to 25-year-old and expecting perfection out of any of you. However, the way to get through perfection is, like I said, is by going out and finding a purpose. This is what I'm going to be. You might find out in 5 years later, I don't want to be that. I want to be this. We need to have that fervor and that enthusiasm and that drive in order to find our particular purpose. And so parents, we need to be that way so our youth can be that way. They see us lounging around the house, smoking all day, not working, and sitting there collecting food stamp checks. How are they going to get the necessary drive to go out and change this world, which they came here to do? Back to my sayings here. We must teach the children, listen up, children. Matter of fact, I'm actually developing children-based programming where you can sit on, plop them right down in front of the TV here, and Ptah Shakur will do the work that the parents may not be able to do. And a reminder, I have been a youth education director. I've been an educator for half my life. Been entrusted with your children already. If you find me to be a blasphemous individual, check my receipts. So, we must teach our children the difference between temporary defeat and failure, and show them how to search for the seed of an equivalent advantage that comes with every defeat. We must teach our youth to use their sixth sense through which ideas are presented into their minds from unknown sources, and to examine each of those ideas carefully. We must teach the children that a definite purpose backed by definite plans, persistently and continuously applied, is the most effective form of prayer. I'm going to say that again. The most effective form of prayer is to teach our children that the definiteness of purpose, when you have a will, a strong will, this is what I'm going to do, coupled with a definite plan, persistently and continuously applied, is the most effective form of prayer. And I said, keeping the idea about the whole idea about how failure is, and that seed of victory that is hidden inside of the failure, our youth will be unstoppable. So, going into just a little briefly, I don't have my cell phone on me today, so let me check my little. What we looking like on time? Oh, cool. Like I said, you want to go ahead and call in. Let me see if I got some comments over here. Oh, not as yet. Plus, I got it paused over there. So, we're just kind of going to go ahead to what I'm sharing right there on the screen there, and what I was alluding to about the new heaven and the new earth. A lot of us have been indoctrinated. We've spent quite a bit of our youth sitting in those hard pews, listening to information and sharing across about damnation, hell, and all those fear-based thought forms, coupled with confusion, coupled with that book that you would have in your hand, and like, why don't we go into every page of that book? Why is there 7 or 8 different sections? Read the whole book. And when you read the whole book, you'll find some really interesting stuff in there. For instance, going into Exodus, I ain't just freestyling, y'all. Going into Genesis, where the original writing of the Genesis, right now, if you open your book, you would just see it says, I will make man in my image and my likeness. That's not it. That's not the original translation. Get the King James Version out. They got new versions coming out. And notice with new versions coming out, there's an individual saying, they don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. Go study the Apocrypha, the book of Thomas, which was once a part of the Bible, what they actually took out. And study that particular part, and you'll find out a little bit more details about the wonderful individual that existed in the name of Jesus. More detailed information. But anyways, if you go into the original scripts and scrolls, what it says is that let us make man in our image and our likeness. I'll wait. Go check it out. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and go right to the idea. The idea is that we, those individuals, particularly if you're living in America, I know this is going out worldwide, square wide, but if you're living here in the hells of North America, we've been, run amok, run astray. We ain't landed on Plymouth Rock landed on us. That's my little speech there. But honestly, we are living in such a very confusing time. The information that's being presented to us, the individuals that own the media companies, they would like to have you just so. And like I said in my very, very beginning, as far as the end game being very, very close, I told you about the Apple. And if you did not hear that, this bears repeating. Warning! If you're thinking about buying the Apple Pro, what's it called? Apple Pro VR. Avoid it like the plague. These are individuals that are trying their very best to make sure they capture all your attention, all your consciousness. And they do have that ability, y'all. They have this particular device. This is the size of a grain of rice that can hold more information than all of the libraries that are actually present at this particular time. So they already mapped out the human DNA genome. So what's to stop them to take a human genome and actually put it on a particular device? So what you find is that human intelligence is being stored on technological devices. And at the same time, believe it or not, you have technical devices that are becoming more and more human-like. We got, I didn't even want to say it. Those 2 letters. I'm not going to say those 2 letters because I understand the power of the human mind and how we actually create. Like I said in the very beginning, we create that particular situation. So the more that we speak about a particular thing, the more it thrives and develops. I started this particular journey on this particular program, like the Hour Power program, and have individuals, and I consider myself a community activist, someone who's a man about my community. I love my community. And so we have different spats of violence. And even at my time, I was a youth educator. And I know all the youth heard about the after-school fight or after-school killings, after-school slaughters that are taking place on every major city in America. So I would get all the youth together. And I said, did you all hear what happened there at Penn Park? Yeah. This person did that. Shut them all down before we exacerbate and we have that mentality of slack talking, gossiping, and just talk about, we got to talk about positivity, y'all. The more we talk about negativity, the more negativity flourishes. And so instead of going through the morbid details of every single negative transaction that has taken place, instead I said, let's do this, folks. I had all the youth close their eyes. Some of the adults was in present too. I said, close your eyes. And I want you to envision an aspect of your city. It could be your playground, it could be your house, wherever you consider to be your favorite part of the city. And envision a white, peaceful light enveloping that particular area. And so with that just brief exercise of imagination, because believe it or not, that's one of your superpowers, folks. Sleep, your imagination, and your memories. And how you can use your imagination to heal your memories. We'll get into that in another part. But your imagination is that creative power which is you. When you actually send a thought out, the thought that you send out goes to the edge of the universe. I'll pause for dramatics. What I'm sharing with you is that everything operates in a torus field. If you don't know what a torus field, go ahead and Google it. Slice of apple on the side, you can see what I'm talking about. This is what explains what something is called karma. Whatever you put out, you put back. Whatever you put out, you get back. So, what I shared with the youth, like I said, using that imagination, which is also the law of attraction anyways. By using your imagination, you are able to manifest what it is that you want. Now, everybody can do that. I'm pretty sure everybody that can hear the sound of my voice. So, okay, let me think. I want $1 million. I don't have $1 million. Ptah Shakur, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, there's certain things that are missing in that. But I'm going to go ahead and give you this one for free. When you have whatever particular desire, the deliberate definiteness of purpose, the deliberate definiteness of a particular goal of yours or a thing that you would like to acquire, envision yourself having it now, not in the future. The universal laws don't understand what past and future is. All they know is now. So you see yourself having it now. If you see yourself, you want to have a beautiful home, and this is what I did with youth also. When I was sitting there having my daily talk, we would do something called a Harambe, which is just like an affirmation. In the background, I'll have a projector screen showing. And it's showing beautiful homes and cars and boats and yachts, all on the big screen right here behind me. And then it has a nice little beat to it. You bop to it a little bit. It says, I deserve to be rich. Money comes to me effortlessly. So as they tune off from paying attention to me, then they have this particular distraction showing them what opulence looks like, what luxury looks like, what quality looks like. So with that, I would stop just in the middle of what I'm saying. You see that house right there? See that? See the hardwood floor? How does it sound when you're walking across that floor? Is it a high pitch, low pitch? You got sneakers on, you got high heels, you got shoes, what? If you got that beautiful beach house over there by the beach, what are you smelling? Can you smell the salt? When you want that beautiful convertible car, how does the wind feel blowing against your, hopefully they're not beautifully bald like myself. Young individuals, they only got quite a bit of hair now. You got some situations going on. However, imagine the wind rustling through your hair. So with the details and tying your emotions and how you feel, at the same time you're visualizing this. And then the third component is when you come out of that visualization and you visualize yourself with this beautiful home or that beautiful individual or that beautiful location, and you tied in your emotions to it. When you open your eyes, be very, very appreciative for what you have today. Gratitude is the high. Gratitude could bring your consciousness to a low up to a high immediately. In order to interact with the universe and to get what you want, you gotta be at least this tall to ride the ride. If you want to ride the ride called universe, you gotta be at least this tall. In order for you to be this tall, you have to move up the level of what's called the map of consciousness. And the lower rung of it. Now, I've done a lot of videos like this, folks. Go ahead and check it out. I was on this very show here before with Brother Sharif and showed the map of consciousness. It starts from being apathy and depression. Then you move up. Yeah, you move up into anger. Wait a second. What did I just say? Yeah, I said it right. When you're in a state of lowness and depression, anger is a relief. Anger is a step up from being depression. So if anybody out there is in a low state, if you're depressed at home and you don't say nothing to nobody and you've been keeping your mouth closed, you know what I mean, saying nothing. First of all, mental health is very important. Peace of mind is very important. So please reach out to individuals. We are social beings. Everyone outside you is a different reflection of you, so you can learn from these opportunities. So do not pull away. If you need to call somebody, need to contact somebody, get in contact with me. I would love to have a conversation with you. However, if you're coming from that sad, despondent state, anger is a step towards the right direction. Don't let anyone castigate you back to the depths of that low vibration of, why are you so angry? You have a right to be angry. If you spend your life, majority of the time, wallowing into the sadness and depression, you have a right to be angry. And because what you'll find is that anger, now at least you are operating in your power. And then through that map of consciousness, of course, you move up to vengeance, then you move up to blame, and you've got all those different things. Then you get to a point what's called acceptance, where people say, it is what it is. Believe it or not, that is the level where you start to enter into your power, your true manifestating power. When you say, hey, it is what it is. You know, it's going to be what's going to be. And then you can move up into optimism. Then you can move up into love. Then you can move up into joy and ecstasy. Then you can move up into the higher realms, which is normally reserved for the Mahatmas, for the Buddhas, for the Christ, to the Krishnas. That is where we're headed. That's the highest level of consciousness on this particular plane. And so if anybody, we should do our best if you like to. Ptah Shakur is here to help you raise to those particular heights. Like I said, is Christ here? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know when you see me. You can go ahead and call in if you like. That's fine if you don't. But I'm here to tell you that the Christ consciousness is here. And it is in every animate and inanimate being. The enemies of truth know that it's here. Why else would they be ramping up so much of their activity? And if you don't know what activity I'm talking about, go ahead and give a call in. I might not have time to really kind of go into it right now. But just moving on and grooving on to what I got. If you do, so I talked about the solar flip. And also this particular magazine, if you want to evolve, if you want some literature, and I see these around town quite a bit. Let me get this nice and straight. This is a magazine called the Natural Awakening Magazine. It's full of practitioners that actually are able to unlock different energy centers in your body to make this information sound a little bit more clearer. Because we have a lot of distortion going on inside of our minds. Because best believe, you think that you're one being, but you're not. You're actually separated into different levels of consciousness. One is called your conscious. That's your day-to-day. Hey, what time is it? Where's the temperature? Who's that? What's going on over here? Then you have what's called your subconscious, or your egoic body. Your egoic body is able to run the show. It has been running the show. Most of us, that's before COVID. Oh, that a lot of individuals. That's all we was experiencing is our our body consciousness. That was the routine. Believe it or not, you're not breathing. Your body is breathing for you. You're not digesting your food. Your body is digesting your food. You're just free to go frolic. Most of the time, we're not even conscious in our body. So our body goes about, you ever find yourself driving, like, where am I driving to? Good Lord. If you ever find yourself, if a lot of people do sleepwalking and things of that nature, you don't really need to be here. So with that COVID, what it did was it shut everything down. So when you used to go get your little ham sandwich and you would go do this and you would go to work, that whole routine was shot. Your body is like, I don't know what to do. Some of y'all was still waking up and heading out the door. Like, oh, wait a second. I forgot. Where's my mask? Oh, I forgot. I ain't not even supposed to be at work. So, what that allowed us is opportunity for us to decide what it is that we want to do, what is our main purpose in life. And if anybody's over the age of 40, you all know what I'm talking about. Because when you came up as a youth, you was full of energy and creative ideas and imagination, and then you get to an age of 10, 12, and you realize, oh, I'm socially indoctrinated, looking at this social scan and landscape. Okay, where should I be? Oh, okay. I guess I can't be a doctor. I guess I'll just be a temp my whole life. I guess. My parents. My parents have been drug abusers and operating on this particular level and never left the particular block. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. So we choose these particular roles and these avatars, and then you reach the age of 30 or so. After you get your wife, you get your picket fence, you get your 2.5 children, you get your side piece. Yes, that's what's being taught in this. Listen to the music, folks. This is sexual music. Who do you think they want? You got all these different celebrities. And by the way, celebrities are not leaders, folks. It's time that we change that around. Where are the leaders? Where are they at? Particularly in the black community. Where are our leaders? They've been snatched away from us. I need true leaders to kind of log in, tap in, and turn on and send me a comment, send me a love, send me a like, give me some love over here. So, like I was saying, your body consciousness has been operating and doing things, and it's cool. It's something that was embedded inside of our DNA, because when you're walking in our prehistoric man that's walking in the forest, and you hear that rattling in the woods, you don't have time to access and run things through your ego consciousness. Like, did I hear something or did I not hear something? I couldn't hear nothing because there ain't supposed to be nothing out here. You're right. By the time you're doing all that and going through your thoughts and your belief systems and whether you believe something's there or not, your body's already in motion. You're already halfway out of the woods while your ego consciousness is still trying to ascertain what's going on. So that's an understandable thing that was used for survival purposes. We're not living in survival times right now. We're not living in survival time. I'm going to go ahead and say that again. No, regardless of what you see on the news, regardless of the wars and rumors of wars and what's going on in Ukraine and what's going on in Jordan. Oh, Lord, don't get me started with that thing what happened in Jordan. And, trying to pull us into some other type of situation. Pay little attention to that. War is something that is used to bring more economy in. So they're just trying to get you out of peace of mind. Peace of mind is the thing that we need at this particular time. So, take those deep breaths, like I said. Go ahead, let's just take that time right now. And everybody, you can close your eyes and just take 2 deep breaths in. Breathe out. 2 breaths in. Breathe out. One more time, 2 breaths in. I did 3. And then breathe out. And what you want to do is every day, for 5 minutes a day, I challenge you to breathe into the count of 4 through your nostrils. Breathing is for the nostril, mouth is for the eating. Breathing through your nose. Hold to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 4. You can set a timer if you want. If you can do it more than 1 minute, I salute you. Because we're spiritual. This is how you strengthen your spiritual muscle. Because as you do that, you realize that, like I said, that body consciousness got something to say. When you sit there trying to breathe and you're trying to just go into emptiness of mind. Play some beautiful music like you hear behind me. Healing frequencies on YouTube, solfeggio frequencies. Go ahead and pop them in. Pop them in your house. Before you start your day, go ahead and pop them on and see how it gives you an extra boost in your day. Let me know. Experiment. So, when you have that moment when you close your eyes and you say, okay, Ptah Shakur said me to blank my mind and just imagine a blank screen, a blank chalkboard. See how I changed my voice, y'all? This is quiet storm. So, a blank screen or a whiteboard. Just imagine that particular scene. And what you'll notice, some thoughts will kind of creep on in the way. Remind you that you need to pay a particular bill, and just slow like you're in the bathtub and something just come floating up in your little periphery. Just slightly just move it to the side. And then it might come up again. Don't slap it out the way. Don't get mad at yourself. Oh, I'm supposed to be meditating. Ooh, why is it so hard? Don't pay no attention to that. It's natural. This is something, it's a part of you. See that? You may see it as an irritant. I'm trying to relax. This thing won't let me relax. It's a part of you. It is the overbearingly, overly motherly part of you that wants to protect you from anything that's new. Your body consciousness doesn't like anything that's new. Believe it or not, go ahead and go to work, go to school. Whether you're a young person or you're a person that's an adult going through school, and you want to raise your hand and I got the answer. You hear that little voice, but put your hand down. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want to do nothing out of the norm. You sat here in this seat for 8 months straight. The teacher barely knew you was there. Don't go ahead and start making room. Don't raise your hand now. If you're at work, you're working at Piggly Wiggly's, you're working at Hardee's or wherever, and you've been on that fry machine so much that the hypnotic frequency, you can fry some French fries in your sleep. You might even do that because, like I said, your body consciousness, go ahead and do it. Your mind don't even need to do it. That's, oh, shoot, man, I didn't make 5 batches of French fries and then wasn't even thinking. That's a sign that you need to move on to something a little more difficult. So what you do is like, man, when I see that manager, I'm going to go ahead and tell him, at the meeting, I'm going to go ahead and tell him I want to be assistant manager. And after the meeting is over, all right, any questions, everybody? And as soon as it's quiet, you have your moment to raise your hand and say, you know what? Don't even whisper. This is my recommendation. Say, you know what? I'm going to be assistant manager. Not only that, I'm going to be assistant manager of the year. Yeah. And then you do a little flex. That's how you're being definiteness of your purpose and definiteness of your plan. Go ahead and do that. And of course, you may meet something called temporary defeat. You may take your opportunity and you put your little headphone on and you're running the show. All right, you're giving that, and you're making mistakes left and right. Oh man, I burnt some stuff order. Oh, you go home at night. Don't say, hey, that must be a sign from God. That must be a sign that I'm supposed to stay on the fry machine. Do not fall for that at all. Comfortability, you will die in your comfort zone. And that overbearing ego consciousness, all it wants to do is just keep you. So it's going to say, no, keep your hand down, honey. Don't say nothing. It wants to keep you in that same house, in that same relationship, in that same car, in that same view. However, the whole purpose of life is to evolution, to move forward. I made the analogy, I said this a couple of times, I'll say it real quick. I have my son, I have my hands on his back. And I told him to move forward. He's moving forward at the same speed. I mean, he was evoluting, and I represented the universe, and he represented the being. As soon as I told him to stop his feet, and just stop his motion, I kept up the pressure. I kept my hands on his back. And the more he resisted, the more force that was applied. That's what you find in your life sometimes, folks. If you're at your job that you were so comfortably with, and all of a sudden now you're having issues. Because believe it or not, the angels and the demons wear the same jerseys. I'll say it again. Those angels and those demons wear the same jersey. Meaning what? Meaning that you get those particular whispers in your mind. Hey, there's something better that's waiting for you. There's opportunities over here that's waiting for you. There's different aspects and talents in yourself that's waiting to be exposed. All of those are there. However, if we say, nah, too risky. What is that song called? Don't chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rhythm and don't let that choose you. No. Those particular rivers and lakes that you used to, that's not the purpose of evolution. We want to chase those waterfalls. Because when you find yourself chasing that waterfall, then you find yourself walking into your destiny. And if you do not, then there's a knock at the door. The angel said, we tried to talk to him, we whispered to him, we sang him songs, we told him don't listen to we told him to go chase them waterfalls. They just not listening. Then it's a tag team effect. You're going to tag team, and then just like you watch the wrestling with those no-name wrestlers that just have like the one color Speedo. They don't have all the what's it called? All the swag. all the little frizzles and the diamonds and all that. So they come over, they tag team somebody with some different type of drawers on. Now they got them demon drawers on. And then what you're going to experience? Your car won't start. Car accident. Depending on your path of purpose, loss of loved ones. Things that really kind of put you to a point, and then now you go sit yourself in the corner now. And you got no choice but sit there like, what is going on in my life? So for everybody who's watching on right now, I'm going to go on Facebook for a little bit. We just kind of clicked off. I lost track of time. I have my phone on me. But like I was saying, that as far as that body consciousness, this is very, very important for us at this particular time, is to go and express and find that God divine that's inside of your chest and examine that, bring that out. Next, I mean, you're really going to get to this, but we're going to go into eat right for your blood type, which is really, really important. You might find people that have the same type of diet plans, and they're like, man, girl, I had this diet, and my weight just fell off, and then somebody else tried, and like, this not working. It's because it's different blood types. If you're O blood type, and someone's A blood type, and you're eating the same meal, one person's going to have an effect that's positive, the other one's going to have something that's negative. So we're going to go into that. And also we're going to go into my Ptah mailbag, which I didn't get a chance to get into. 2 questions is, what is an Ascended Master? If you don't know, I'm a Ptah Shakur. I fashioned myself as an Ascended Master. So someone post that question to me, and you go ahead and post any questions that you have for me, and I will address them, and I will bring them up on this particular program and on my other social media presence as well. Go ahead and hit me on Facebook as well. So go ahead and send that to ptahshakur@gmail.com. I'm willing to take any questions, and no question is too silly or stupid. We'll kind of go into all of that. So that's the question we're going to go into that next Monday. This is every Monday from 8 to 9. Make sure you keep it locked. Set a reminder on your phone or something. Well, I should say it. Hey Siri, set a reminder for 8 p.m. on Monday for Ptah Shakur. So if anybody got the TVs up, I already did it for you. So we're going to go into what is an Ascended Master. Also, what can we expect for the remaining of 2024. We're not going to kind of get into that right now. So we're going to do my little closing words, and I'm going to leave out. This is my message to the world. And the idea that we are separate is the underlying cause of all of our fears. This is the lie. In pure awareness, there is no separation. Everything is entangled. Everything is one. You cannot live in acceptance of life until you're able to overcome your belief in separation. Only one who knows who he truly is, or who she is, has the ability to live fearlessly without defenses and thus experience true peace. You must look within to uncover the way that's right for you. In silence, you would know intuitively what is best for you in this particular moment. So, just to kind of put a little bun in the cap of that particular thing, there are individuals that are depending on us to pull away from the empathy of this world. Matter of fact, before I close out, let me do my little screen. This time. Where we at? Boom. There are people out there that would like us to be so callous to what's going on. They want to have us so individuated, because it's something called divide and conquer, y'all. However, if you can hear the sound of my voice, we got to make sure that we are operating in such a manner where we're always using discernment of any information that is coming, even information that I'm presenting to you. Please question everything. It's very, very important at this particular time that we come together and express that love towards one another by understanding that that individual that is across from you is related to you. Regardless of what your ethnicity is, what your race is, or even what color your skin is, they're spiritually connected to you. And for us to express that love to our fellow human beings, this is what we need at this particular time. And for us to wake up and actually get the necessary fortitude that we need to return back to where this country once was with our founding fathers. Like I said, we are the new founding fathers. The founding fathers actually laid the framework what was taking place. However, the individuals that came across in 1950, they completely gathered control. We're not even living in the Constitution at this particular time. If anybody believes that our political process is fair and honest, I got some land to sell. So, we got those bad actors that's doing their thing, but fret not, put a smile on your face. This is the most glorious time to be alive. Like I said, this is the time that the scriptures and scrolls spoke about the return of the Mahdi, the return of the Christ consciousness. This is the time for all the righteous need to be excited and dancing in your seats right now. All the other beings and all the other different parallel realities are paying attention to this key time. Not only is it a time where, like I said, the earth is eliving and reaching a whole nother level of existence. The individuals that are living on this planet, you and I, we have an opportunity to go along with that rise. This is what was shared in the scripture when it said, behold, I seen a new heaven and a new earth. For the old heaven and the old earth has formerly passed away. I don't know why I'm looking up. Should be looking at you, right in your eyes, and then let you know that I am an individual that has purposed myself to be a bridge to explain some of these things. Me and my village, we gonna rock out. We having a wonderful time. So come and join us. So with that, I ask everybody until next time, pay attention to the Hour Power taking place on Wednesday on this very channel here. As well as pay attention to next Monday. Hey Siri, set a reminder for Monday, 8 p.m. for the Ptah Shakur Speaks program. So this is every single Monday. So until then, I ask everybody to find your peace on earth. It's getting kind of warm out there, y'all. Go ahead and go out for a walk. If you find yourself stagnated, remember, motion begets motion. Stagnation begets stagnation. Go for a walk. Put your hand in your pocket. You'll find that your gifts are waiting for you. Every single day you head outside of that door, there's a gift waiting for you. And if you have that empowering assumption in your mind, I promise you that empowering assumption will turn into empowering fact just by utilizing your particular mindset and looking at life through the lens of love and life. So find that heaven on earth. If you find yourself in a household and you're just surrounded by individuals that want to keep eating the same foods, listening to the same music, behaving the same way, and you realize that there's something that's a higher calling for you, seek me out. I introduce you to some of my tribe individuals, and you understand that we are all a soul family. You might be in the house with your blood family, but they're not your soul family. Your soul family might be right here with Ptah Shakur. Like I said, seek that heaven on earth. I promise you, you'll get in contact with the God divine within. And when you do find that God divine within, do your very bestest to create pockets of heaven on earth here. We can do it. It's up to us. Nobody's coming for us. So like I said, this is Ptah Shakur. Love and light to you all. Star Seed salute.